Hello and welcome to C3STREAM Land. So today, before we talk about uh, the next tool, that is fraction kits, I want to have a bit of a talk about how we approach these particular videos. I'm sure that you all know what are these fraction tiles. I'm sure you know how to explain what fraction is with children, but the reason or the motive, the idea uh, of making these videos is how we can take that thinking process further and how we can challenge ourselves. So from this video onwards, I want to encourage you to think about different ways of using these fraction kits or any tool that you have, mathematical tool you have with you, to explain any concept in mathematics to children. You can combine those tools together to explain something new, or you can have a different way of explaining something. Whatever it is, you can always create a video and you can post it to us, and if you find this interesting, we can include it in one of our future videos, and why not? So with that approach, keeping that approach in mind, again, I want to note that we are not talking about mathematical concepts here. Hello and welcome to C3STREAM Land. As you can see on the screen here, I'm going to talk about fraction kits. But before I begin, I want to emphasize a little bit on my intention behind sharing all these videos with you. Now here, I'm sure as teachers, you know how to use these tiles. And I'm sure you know how to explain these to children. But if you have been following my videos before this, you would know that in one of the very first videos, I mentioned a term called psychomathematics. If you have done your research, you would know by now that, and if you don't know, I'm about to tell you, psychomathematics is a branch of mathematics which studies on how we learn a subject like mathematics. So it challenges the different methodologies or ways that we used in past to learn a particular concept in mathematics. And over a period of time, the idea is to find effective ways to retain the information or to understand it or to simplify it in such a way that children don't get burdened by these numbers and concepts, but they simply learn to enjoy it, and simply they can make sense of it first visually and then maybe using pen and paper. So the reason why we are making these videos is because we will be emphasizing the approach with which we will be coming across or explaining any concept to a child. So today we are going to see how we can explain fractions to children using these fraction kits and how we can take it one step further. Now let's see. As you know, I have four different types of fractions with me. First one is one whole circle. This represents that my fraction is one whole. There are no breaks in it. But then if I break the same circle in two equal parts, that leaves me with half a circle. So I have two half circles with me. That means if I pick one circle in my hand, I can also say that I have picked one half circle or one part out of two total parts that I had with me. So my fraction becomes one part out of two total parts. So 1 upon 2, that's half. I can apply this same concept further for third circle, which is divided into 3 equal parts. So if I pick up one part, I can say that I have picked up one part out of 3 total parts. So my fraction is 1/3. if I pick up 2 circles, now my fraction is 2/3 because I picked up 2 parts out of 3 total parts that were there. And if I pick up all 3 parts, I can say that my fraction is 3/3. That means I have picked up 3 parts out of the 3 parts available there. And as you can see, I managed to pick up the whole circle with me. That's why 3/3 will always be equal to 1 whole circle. So they are basically the same thing. And we can explain this same concept for 1/4, 1/5, 1/6, 1/7, 1/8, and so on and so forth. But then what is most challenging about it, or what is new that we are teaching here? I mean, this is visually very, I mean, even a child can simply understand that. But when it comes to a child, let's say, for example, without explaining them fractions, let's say if you put all these parts in front of children, not like this, but by simply like this, and then just leave them with it, then see how they play with it. Some of the outputs that I came across were this. So this is how some children did their fraction. So they put I'm going to encourage you to pause the video and see this till the time I figure out how these fractions were made. One of the simple things that they did was they put this combination, and why not? And you can also maybe put these 2 here and these 2 here. Why not? Yeah, maybe I can put my half circle here and see what I'm left with, and maybe I can try and match that. As you can see, now I have managed to make 3 different combinations using the same fraction kits that I had, and that opened a new door for me. Now here I can explain that one circle, when we divide it in 2 equal parts, this is 1/2. But now here, visually, I managed to represent the relationship between 1/2 and 1/4. I can say that 1/4 is half of 1/2. That means when I cut 1/2 further in the middle, I end up with 2 1/4. Or I can, here in this one, I have established a connection between 1/4 and 1/8. Here I have managed to represent 1/2 with the addition of 1/3 and 1/6. So as you can see, I have different ways of represent. So these are the excellent ways of adding fractions. You can try adding 1/3 and 1/6, and maybe you can, visually, I would like to encourage you to try it out, different combinations of fractions, and click a snapshot, click a picture, and see how you can add the fractions together using this fraction kits. Till then, happy exploring!